folks, Carlton Van Winkle with Primal and Steam. I told you that I would come back and make a special video about the Arrow Innovator that I've produced. I just want to show you some of the functions that it will do, and you can probably find others that you can use it for. Anyway, let me get a piece of river cane. This piece is it's a little bit larger than I would like to use because I like to use on the broad head end where this 3/8 wrench will go on there, but as you can see that won't. But it's nevertheless, see, I can get it right there. But nevertheless, we can demonstrate about the Arrow Innovator and its purpose. I want to show you, this is actually the first one that I built by hand, and I have a piece of Osage orange here. This little half moon function is for honing, such as it's almost like sanding. And of course you can see that this is a 1/2 inch opening there that I put into it. And of course this is set on a certain degree to hone out the end of your arrow shaft that you can put a pre-shaft in it. And let me show you some of those functions. Of course these, let me show you this real quick. These are going to be the new ones that I'll put out there on the market. And I am cutting Osage orange to put on the inside of it, and also black walnut I'll be putting on the inside of it. And for the back side, there will be a wet rock, little honing device. Sharpen your knives, your fish hooks, your broadheads, and this will be after you've gotten them sharp through a grinder. Then you come back and you'll hone it down, and I can even shave the back of my hand with my broadheads. Anyway, set that down. And first of all, after you've harvested your river cane, now I don't know if this is Louisiana stuff, so it's very easy to work. And of course I don't have a lot of room here in my little man cave, but I do want to show you what it would do. You hang it on there. Let me just get you up. And this is the way I hold it. I put my fingers there. One more thing I want to show you. On these new pieces that I've made, these cutting heads are like razor sharp. So you want to be very careful. I have even produced arrow shafts without the stone or the piece of wood, which I call the handle part of it, and it has never cut me. You can use gloves. Absolutely, I would ask that you use safety glasses in case the stuff pops up and hits you in the eye or whatever. But all of these, like in this half moon area, that's two sides that's sharp, the way I had this cut. Even this end of it, to put the pre-shaft hole in. This is 4 sides that's sharp. I mean, not enough to slice your hand and it's sharp, but it's enough to cut So let me just show you again. You just first knock down the nodes. And I know a lot of people use knives, but this half moon shaped tool takes off more area than just a flat knife. It will absolutely do it. Of course, if your knife is very sharp, you've got to be careful that you're not cut down into the arrow shaft. You just want to take, when I cut this stuff, you just want to take off, and I'll show you. You just want to take off enough that we can get this thing somewhere where it will dry. And then once it's dried, of course, when you get to a node, you can just work that node like so. Just angle your knife a little bit. Well, not your knife, your Arrow Innovator. Come on down to the next node, you can pop it. And all arrow shafts, bamboo, are not created equal. But with that said, this Arrow Innovator will reach every spot on this thing. And I wanted to do a real time, and I know this may be a lengthy video because I want to talk about it a lot. I'll just step back. You can see that stuff coming off of that node. As far as I'm going to go toward the broad head. Works so well. So well. Anyway, we'll take this one on down. Let me get a little closer so you can actually see what it's doing. And I am not cutting into the arrow shaft. I'm not cutting too much off of the node that it becomes weak in that area. As you can see, this is so much faster. And let me show you something here. You can run that into your thumb all day long, and this thing will never cut you. Very safe. All right. Now this is the part I use for honing. And you just lay it on there. And you see it's not taking much off, but it's just like using sandpaper. It's as slick as glass. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this to the side for now. And of course, last but not least, I know you're going to need to sharpen these. So let me tell you what I did here. This is a piece of 3/4 inch Schedule 40 plastic PVC pipe. And what I did, of course I don't have this one glued down, but it just stays in there for me. I put a piece of belt sanding, it's the belt sander paper. It's not paper, but it's made out of fabric. But anyway, I placed that in there, and that fits this so well. I mean, it's a perfect contour to it. And you just hold it at that angle, and that's all you've got to do. Flip it over just a few times, and it's razor sharp again. This is 304 stainless steel. You don't have to worry about it rusting. and it's pretty hard, so you're not going to bend it either. On this side of your Arrow Innovator, I've got a knife sharpener. You put that on a piece of leather. And that knife is sharp. You can do the same thing with this. I can make these for you, or you can make your one yourself. It's perfectly fine. Alrighty. Now, this also will do wood shafts, your rose arrows, and I can't even think of the different ones that are out there. Here we have that pig nut hickory, white hickory. There's so many different names for it, but if you get a small sapling, and I can demonstrate that. I actually have one that I have done. This is one here. Of course, these can also be straightened, but I take that Arrow Innovator and I take off just enough of that outside layer, and there's still another layer on this thing. And this is a hickory sapling, it's a small tree, but and then of course when this thing dries, I'll come back with my honing side of it, and I'll take all that off, and it won't leave that furry looking stuff up there because it's still a little bit wet. But I just wanted to demonstrate that it will do wood shafts. And let me see, I think, oh yeah, let me demonstrate on this end of it what I do on. Of course, I know everybody's different, but man, I'm still a two-fletching guy with a left-handed helix. Flies perfect. I have no trouble with it. And but anyway, on this end of my arrow shaft with that's where the broadhead's gonna go. I take and put this in here, and you just twist that. And what that does is puts a bevel. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. See that bevel in it? And then you can put your pre-shaft in there. Fits perfect. If that's the way you want to go. And then I will glue that broadhead in there. And I'm telling you, that will get major sharp. This broadhead is 2 inches long this way, and it's 1 inch cutting surface. I wasn't able to video this shot that I made on a big bore hog, but I drove this arrow and it came out his other side that far. And it was just with this little Lakota bow I made out of Osage orange. It's about 50 pounds. Matter of fact, this is the arrow that I killed him with. Well, I do hope that you're able to get you one of these, and I'm very thankful that I've learned so many things by watching and liking all those videos you guys make out there. it's taught me a lot. And I would never trade anything for this as far as your modern day bows and guns. I've said, and I'm pretty sure I'll stick to it, but I probably will never pick up another gun, never pick up my Matthews bow, never pick up my crossbow. I love the primitive way.